How's everybody doing today? Today I just wanted to do a quick homework hints video for homework number 3. If you look at the lecture notes of homework 3, it talks about input boxes and message boxes. Homework number 3 has 2 parts. The first part, you're going to go back to the total pay assignment that we did in homework number 2, and instead of using text boxes to get information from the user and then use a text box to display the result to the user, we're just going to redo that program, but we're going to use input boxes and message boxes instead of text boxes. There's a redo of the miles per gallon program, an example program that's available to you for download in this homework link, so check that out before you do this, and that should give you a lot of insight onto how to rework your homework 2 program into part 1 of your homework 3. Now the next one is just a larger version of what we've done already. Pretty much what you had to do in homework 2 is you had information in text boxes that was from the user. You got that information, put it into variables, manipulated the variables, came up with an answer, and then took that answer and moved it back into the text boxes. So this airplane reservations homework is really the exact same thing, just a larger version of it. So the way this works, you'd have to create this form. So I've got all these are labels. Okay, all these are text boxes. Text box here, and you've got one button. So what you need to be able to do is calculate the occupancy rate for each type of seat, and then you need to calculate the total revenue. So if you look down here in the directions, it tells you they've got 40 first class seats, 60 business, 200 coach, and 100 economy. So if in the first class seats sold, you have a 20, somebody says, oh, there's 20 seats sold on this flight, then the occupancy rate would be 50%. You just take the number of seats that were sold divided by the total number, and that's going to give you your occupancy rate. So you have to do that for each type of seat. The other thing that you have to do is you have to calculate the total revenue. It also tells you for each first class seat they get $1,000, business $600, coach $400, and economy $300. So the other thing I would have to do to calculate that number is I have to say, all right, how many first class seats times 1,000, business seats times 600, plus coach seats times 400, plus economy seats times 300. So you just have to take all these numbers, multiply them by the correct dollar per seat, and then you're going to get your revenue generated. Got an example. If I sell 30 first class, 50 business, seats 150 coach, and 100 economy, this is how much revenue I will generate. Formatting, show the revenue generated as currency 2 decimal and the occupancy rates as percent 2 decimal. Now you might remember from another video, when you use the toString function to convert a variable so you can display it in a text box, after that toString you can use in quotes a C2 that changes it to currency. If you would like to look at the data as a percent, instead of using a C2, you could use a P2. That would give you percent 2 decimals. Make sure you include comments, but the thing about this program, the airline one, it's no harder really, it's just longer. So if you go back and look at your other programs, have your lecture notes in front of you, you should do fine with it. Anyhow, hopefully this video was helpful. We'll see you next time.